Welcome to The Switch, podcasts that are wired to online and offline marketing.
Welcome back to The Switch, wired for online and offline marketing. So there's been a lot of talk about different ways you can get websites out there. And some are good and some are a little bit fiddly, I would say. And there's been a lot of what we call software as a service, SaaS products out there, including things like Wix, including Squarespace, including WordPress's own .org website. So that's software as a service where business owners can actually go on and actually design their own websites. Who needs web developers? Who needs user experience, eh? Stuff them. Yes. I'm not going to pay them an arm and a leg just to put up a website. I can do it myself. I know what I want. I know what I want to tell people. I do know my business. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a problem. And we'll come back to that. But I just want to do a little bit of a review on these pieces of software compared to something that is custom made, such as WordPress. So Burning Fruit, we deal in WordPress primarily because of its flexibility. You can code it, you can design around any particular design, you can add animations, but the reason why we chose WordPress as a platform is really to allow our user experience to speak for itself. We actually design for audiences to make sure that we engage them, we target their goals, we target their emotions, we make sure that if they want to achieve certain things on the website, they achieve them in as quick a time as possible. So we do our research and then we create websites that are customized around the audience.
Makes sense.
Squarespace, I'll just choose Squarespace. It's a very, very different kind of beast. There's very little customization that you can really do. It's a very closed environment. And the flexibility is very, very limited. You get a lot of templates that are out there. They all look pretty good, but as soon as you try to customize them, then you start finding out the limitations between what WordPress can provide you and the limitations of what you can actually put out there on the web for yourself. SEO-wise, again, very, very limited. WordPress is originally a blogging platform, so SEO is really at the forefront of how it's been built, whereas platforms such as Squarespace, they're not really built around SEO. They're built around visuals, and in a lot of cases, the templates don't have SEO in mind, so you're already on the back foot if you want to be ranked organically. Ownership. If you pay for a website and it's been created on WordPress, it should be yours. Certain companies withhold ownership of websites if they've been developed on WordPress, but ourselves, we don't do that. As soon as a client pays for their website, it's theirs, and they choose to stay with us. Yep. Squarespace always owns your website. So if you decide to go open another business, Rochelle, and you, if it's a related business and you want to move your code over to another platform such as WordPress, unfortunately, you're going to have to copy and paste the content because you don't actually. You're right there, Wayne.
Yeah, couple of technical issues.
Yeah, technical issues. So you don't actually own your website, which is also a problem.
And it's also very limited with plugins as well. Squarespace, from the research I've done, it's purely a selling platform, not really a user experience in any way, shape or form.
Yep.
What about when you've got a client that says, well, okay, but I'm using Squarespace because of this, that and the other, and I'm using one of their go-to designers, and they're going to help me build my web space. And I tend to find that those people are all full of themselves and very confident they're going to get exactly what they think they're going to get, but quite often that still falls short.
We get a lot of clients who come over to us because they've been promised the world.
Yeah.
And their expectations have never been met. So if you're going to go down the road of Squarespace, make sure you know what you're getting. And set your expectations reasonably. And if you're not going to get what you want, you're going to be paying for a developer.
Yep.
And you're paying for the Squarespace site, and you don't own the site.
No.
So there's a lot of
and that's the big one,
issues.
as far as I'm concerned, is that they don't own their site.
Yep.
And the thing is, people can still do their research and still be sold into something that they're not going to get.
Yep.
Because the research, the information around and the marketing behind those things is set up that way, so that it builds confidence. Essentially, it's just a confidence trick. And people go, oh yeah, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get that. But the reality is they've got no chance of getting that. And I think they're sold on a lie, because they haven't. They think they've done their research, but they don't get it. They don't understand the ins and outs.
And at the end of the day, they're choosing that purely based on price, not based on experience and what their website needs to do for them. And as we all know, you get what you pay for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the real fall down of all of this really is the fact that platforms like Squarespace or Wix or whichever platform you use, more often than not, it's the business owner who is actually designing the site, designing the content, and that is always going to be an issue unless they are versed in user experience, unless they're versed in really how web design actually works. The websites that they're going to be creating, more often than not, will not be aligned to their audience.
Yep, true.
It's hard enough to get business owners to define their audience, let alone create a website for their audience, as we all know. So if you are thinking about creating your own websites as a business owner just purely to save money, I believe it's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
I believe you're going to lose your audience. You're
Yep.
going to lose time and effort because you're doing it yourself and not concentrating on what you're good at.
Yep.
And ultimately, you're creating something that you're not going to own in the end.
Yeah, I think, and we've talked about this before. It's always been about an investment. It's what you see the value in. And unfortunately, there are people that do not see the value in investing in something like that because they have false belief that, my mate did his business and he did it Wix and he's making money and everything like that. But the story is different for every single person.
Absolutely.
And so, I can't stress enough how people need to do their research, but understand that when you really want results and if you're building a brand and an experience online, it's worthwhile investing in that. I mean, people will drop 10, 20 grand on a TV and not think twice about it.
Yep.
That's not going to make them any money.
No.
They got bragging rights.
Yep.
But the reality is, the moment you say something, hey, let's look at your brand identity or let's look at a new user experience website, the moment you go over, 3 or 4 grand, they're all going, whoa. I mean, I don't get that level of thinking personally.
Especially in this day and age.
But that's a reality.
Yeah, it is.
And if you're serious about your business and the growth of your business and the return, you've got to be in it for the long haul.
Yes.
It's worth the investment. But as part of the landscape that we all work in, we also know that value is perceived differently with every single person. So, good advice, Steve. Very good advice.
Yeah.
Another little aspect of your brand and a critical aspect of your brand is how you set your stall out when people view your brand for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And surprisingly, it's not all about the logo.
No. I mean, it has a lot to do with, and we're talking about the total marketing persona here, and a slogan or a tagline or whatever you want to call it is just as important. And in a lot of cases, actually needed, depending on
the name of the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Burning fruit.
Yeah.
Heck.
I was going to say that.
Sorry about that. Yeah, not the best example, is it?
Yeah, no, but look, that and we spend a lot of time working on slogans for clients too, but you're dead right. So depending on the name of the business, depending on, what structure the business is and what market sector can really make a difference when you choose the right slogan. I mean, we all know some of the most famous slogans that are going, and I'm in firm belief that simple is still the best, but that is very difficult sometimes.
Yes.
And sometimes it's very difficult with our clients because they don't want to let go of their idea of what a slogan is, and for some people it's a whole paragraph. So developing a slogan is just as important as the identity and deserves the same amount of research and time and development creativity, and very important. And for specific businesses, as I said, if they have a very ambiguous name, then that slogan is going to be the thing then that sells or eludes or directs the people to where they're coming from. So, look, it's fun. It's actually fun developing slogans.
I bet
it is.
Like, you can be cheeky.
Yep.
Sometimes you've got to be really serious. But it always starts out here, and then we and just keep on drilling it down until it's succinct, it's powerful, and it makes an impact. Does that occur every single time? No, it doesn't. At the end of the day, we're not paying the bills, and the person who's making the decision decides accordingly. But we really do try and work with our clients and educate them so
Absolutely.
they can see the benefit of something that's really long and drawn out and not needed, or there's superfluous information in a slogan, and versus what can happen, and then using some big market targets like Nike and just do it. And obviously that is probably as simple as it can get. I think Coke originally had years ago the real thing.
Yeah, they did.
I remember that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, obviously those
But
brands
that's
are
okay
massive,
for-
and it takes time
right.
and effort to get to that stage in a business life. But that doesn't mean a smaller business should be thinking any less big, so to speak.
Yep.
Look, I can't stress the importance of a slogan, and it does make a massive difference, and it makes a massive difference in the online space as well. And it can also lead to strategic thinking and directions in the marketing with the words and how you use your slogan.
That's right. And there's different types of slogans as well. You got the sentences, you got the 3 words, three critical words.
Absolutely.
I mean,
call to action. I mean,
absolutely.
Or it's all about the ambience of the business, or it's a smack in the face retail call to action.
Yeah.
And they all work depending on the client, the market, and who their target is.
Man, I got this. I got this funny story. All right, when I was in my teens, I had this tagline for Ford Motors. You know, Ford Motors.
Yeah.
And I wrote to them. And I said, I've got this really cool tagline for you, right? But I'm not going to tell you what it is. but you can buy it from me.
I want your money.
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
And they wrote back saying, sorry, but we don't indulge just ideas on a whim. But it was a really cool tagline, but they just didn't want to know what it was. Yeah. And I wasn't prepared to tell them.
Oh, man.
do you know what it was? The tagline was, afford a life. And I thought, wow, that's cool.
Afford a life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 2-play.
Anyway, that was in my teens. I've had some pretty bad
Did it right back?
taglines.
I love your confidence, son, but no bloody way.
But then,
You're not getting a free Ford.
I didn't even tell him. So when this goes out, they'll find out and they'll probably use it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got to say something about taglines. I am amazed how many businesses I see driving around and they have their business name, which their business name isn't really clear about what they do. And then also have no tagline, which then also doesn't tell me what they do either.
Exactly right.
So you've got all of this wonderful marketing completely covering a car, and I have no idea what you do.
That's a whole
good.
other conversation.
It's frustrating.
It is frustrating, and you just look at them and you think, what are you thinking?
Why?
What are you thinking?
Yeah, the amount of times
Why?
I really want to pick up the phone and go, can I speak to your boss?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I sat behind your vehicle for half an hour and I still
still
don't know
have
what you
no
do.
idea what you do.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Your tagline is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's what was it? It's fluid thinking, solid results. Yeah. That's like
What's burning fruits?
we've gone through a few taglines in the past. We've had making virtual ideas reality. That was,
I do remember that,
Yeah. We've had targeted websites.
Yep, that's the current
That's
one, isn't it?
no.
Oh,
Web standout.
okay.
Yeah.
I've not even seen that yet.
No, yeah.
I've seen
You've
targeted
seen-
websites on a lot of your
Yeah.
you know, your materials.
Yeah, it takes a while to change them over, like years. But yeah, at the moment it's
People in
web
the industry are
standout.
the worst at changing their own.
Absolutely,
stuff.
it's like
You
a
do know that, don't you?
leaky plumber. Do you have one for
I
your?
was waiting to see if they were going to ask me,
Yeah,
actually.
have you got one?
We do. Ours is warning. Creating can become an obsession.
I like it. Yeah,
That's really cool. That's great. Is it in red letters?
It's bold.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
It's
that's
in
good
the
enough.
warning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Warning. Okay, fantastic.
and that's on all your social media stuff, isn't it?
It's on
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Brilliant.
That's why it rings a bell.
Alrighty.
Awesome. Well, there you go.
Speaking of which, we have a bit of a quiz.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, can you pick up your bells between yourselves?
Yeah, all right. The only problem is we don't know who's. They
not
sound exactly the
different.
same.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, here we go. Rigged.
Okay. So I just got to keep a bit of a tally on here. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to read the tagline, and you're going to tell me
Oh.
which business
Oh,
Well,
what?
this will be
the
good.
tagline is
Okay.
for.
Wayne's going to win this one.
I don't know.
Okay. Are you ready?
I got a shit memory.
You've got to be careful
So do I.
tapping the table. By the
Oh,
way.
yeah, sorry.
So you probably take it off the table, maybe. The happiest place on earth.
McDonald's.
Nope. Oh, jeez. Oh, wowza.
I was
Free
thinking
guess?
Happy, I was thinking Happy Meal. I mean, you know.
The
I have
happiest
no
Happiest
idea.
place on earth.
Darwin.
Unfortunately not. Disneyland.
Oh.
Oh, guys, come on. Get into space. Get into space. Come on. Come
Of
on.
course.
All right. Belong anywhere. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Belong
Yeah.
anywhere.
Belong anywhere.
Jeep.
Nope.
Belong anywhere.
Just pointing out, this is the branding expert here.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just.
Rochelle's only run 6 businesses, but this is a branding expert.
No idea.
No. Airbnb.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Can you pick some old ones?
All right. Surely someone's going to get this one.
Uh.
The best a man can get. Oh, Wayne.
Oh no, I've lost it.
No.
I've lost it. Best to make it.
A best a man can get.
I've got it.
Had a really cool theme tune.
Yeah. Oh no. Can I say it? What I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be?
Yeah.
Gillette.
You're Gillette.
Yeah.
Point to Wayne. Well done.
It was there, then it was gone, then it was there again.
Think different.
Apple.
Yep. Okay, it's currently 2-0 to Wayne. Quality never goes out of style.
No idea.
No idea?
It sounds so generic.
Are these from the UK?
No. Levi's.
Oh, jeez. That's old school.
Yeah.
Well, you asked for it, didn't you? Live in your world, play in ours.
Your world, play with ours.
There is an
Clothing
updated
company.
tagline for this business
Oh.
for the players.
Oh, it's got to be someone like Nintendo or.
Sony.
PlayStation. Well done. Come on, Rochelle.
Got 0.
Low battery mode now.
Oh, no. Oh, gee.
I'm
I
going
didn't
on.
think about that.
It's okay. Let's go.
It'll pick
Okay. Because you're worth it.
L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice one. Got to catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Pokemon.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah, it's probably a little. Not,
Yeah.
yeah.
Impossible is nothing.
It sounds like something tech, you know, like it's not Microsoft, but it sounds along those lines. Am I right?
No.
No. Okay.
Adidas.
Oh, of
Adidas.
course.
Adidas, as we
Yeah.
say in Australia.
Adidas. Oh, what a feeling.
Toyota.
Toyota, you both. I'll give you both a point for that one. And finally, don't leave home without it.
Oh,
Rochelle.
And now it's gone. Oh no!
No way. Oh, don't leave home without it. That's a classic.
Oh,
Oh, no. Guys,
I know it
seriously.
off by heart. Come on. Oh.
Nah, my mind's gone blank.
Is it like American Express?
Yes,
it is,
American
okay.
Express.
Yeah.
So at the end of that, I'm sorry to say, Rochelle, you win the booby prize. 5-2 to Wayne. Well done. Upheld his reputation.
Yeah, so you should.
Under
Well
pressure.
done.
Tell you what,
Awesome.
didn't start too good. I'm going, oh my God.